Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, welcome to Shields Live Thursday edition again. Took a couple weeks off. I had a great Super Bowl sale. The Chiefs won, so pretty happy guy over here. And thanks for everybody to come out for the Super Bowl sale. It was another good time. It was fun to do it again, to get the food and just to see everybody. So really appreciate everybody that made the trip out. We've had quite the Iowa February or winter. Last Thursday we had a blizzard. Yesterday there was ice. So I just hope
It's
everybody.
snowing. It's snowing here.
Oh, is it? It's not
Yeah.
snowing here, but I hope everybody's just safe. It's always a good time to stay home and get some sewing and some UFOs done and whatnot. So, but again, thank you for joining us. I know Jan has discovered a nice little software from Dime that's a little inexpensive and can give you some really nice editing features. So this should be a fun little live today. But again, just glad you could all join us, and we'll be back again next week. And I will send it over to Jan, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Tim.
Bye.
Okay, so just a second. I'm gonna get me back here. So I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I found something a couple of weeks ago that Dime has had this software called Embroidery Tool Shed for some time, and there is a version of it that is free. Now I know some of you may also have the full Perfect Embroidery Pro software or Lace software, but there is a free version. So what prompted this class is that we've been working on these Kimberbell cuties, and I've said to people these little cuties that we're doing on Sew Along with Jan, okay, and we've been using a template to place the embroidery on our corners. So here's the February one that we did in January, okay. So I've been placing those videos. I should be been placing those designs on the corners using a template. And the template is like something that you can print in embroidery software. Well, then I've had people say, oh, but I don't have any embroidery software. Well, you know what? There's a free one that you can print those templates in. And I learned a couple more things about it also, that you can actually, Sissy, you're saying you can't hear me? Make sure that it's not on mute. Lynn, if you could tell her, make sure that she's not on mute on Facebook, because there is a little mute button and she needs to click on that and make sure she can hear me. So if you could type that to her, Lynn, I would appreciate it, because that means she won't be able to hear me, but if you could type it for her. Okay. So anyway, I decided I wanted to do something with the free Dime Embroidery Tool Shed. There, about 2 weeks ago, they started doing a new video session that's called Software Success, and Dime is doing this, and I was very excited about that, because every other week they're going to do a class on their software and just different things in the software. And they started with this free software and all the different things you can do. But the one thing that Ashley didn't do is to show you where to get it, like literally where to get it, and how to download it and install it on your computer. So I wanted to show people that, and then we're going to do a little bit, but I'm going to be linking in this video. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, I will put it in the description, and I'll put it in the comments below the Facebook group where you go to get this software. I'm going to show you that on the screen as we're working on this. I'm going to show you how to download it, install it on your computer, okay? And then I'm going to we're going to talk a little bit about the software, and then I want to show you also where to go to watch the videos. They've only had 2 because it started in February. for the software success. So that's what brought on this class, because I wanted to show you how to get the software if you need templates for your cuties. And when I'm talking about templates, this is what I've got printed out. So this is what I stuck on my corners in order to help me align my design. So this one is just a piece of paper that I printed on. And then this one's actually one of those template tearaway ones that has tacky on the back that you can actually print and use. This one, it's repositionable. Okay. All right. So that is what we're going to do today. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And then I'm going to show you first where we go to get the free Dime Embroidery Tool Shed. So if you don't want to spend a ton of money on software, this is a very good little editing software. And then by paying just a little bit, you can actually make it even more powerful. And I found that out yesterday by watching Ashley's video. So I think it's very important then that you go back and watch Ashley's videos, the 2 videos from the last this month, last February, and then I'll show you how to get there too, and then you can watch those videos. And she talks a lot about it and goes through in detail, but I want to get you started so you know where to go on the website to get the software, get it downloaded, show you how to download it, and to install it. Okay, so just a second here, let me share my screen with you. Now I'm on a different computer today, so you'll have to forgive me if I don't find things quite the way I want to, because I'm on a very small computer today. But this one did not have any software. So I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen. And if you give me a moment here, I am going to open a new browser window. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you where to go to get the software. I'm going to download it. I've already got it downloaded. It takes a little bit, so we'll talk about that next. So where you go to get the free Dime Embroidery Tool Shed software is you go to inspiredbydime.com. So I'm just typing that in my browser window up here, and I'm going to hit enter. Okay. And you'll get this screen up on your browser window. Okay. And then they also, just so you know, do have a link to this on their website, but this is usually where I go to find the software downloads, is inspiredbydime.com. And I will put this in the comments as a link, and also in the description for those of you watching on YouTube. Okay. So this is a good place also if you want to know. They also have a lot of virtual events that you can go to. And then this is also where you would go for support, because see the support tab here. That's very important. And there's software education, there's download and install instructions. So if you don't know how to do this, you can come here and you can look at the instructions right online to how to do this. But I'm going to show you how to get the downloads for the free version. Okay. So we're going to go to the downloads folder, or the downloads menu. I'm going to click downloads. And when I get to the downloads center here, okay, all of the software is listed in numeric order. The very first icon that's right here says Embroidery Tool Shed, contains full featured demos of all our software. So in other words, this is the free version of the software, the very first icon. Okay, so we're going to be downloading that. But what I want to talk about is I want you to realize that this software is free. Okay, you can do quite a lot of editing and resizing and changing colors, and you can print templates, but it also works on a Mac. So if you happen to have a Mac computer, you can also download this software to install, but you need one other piece of software to run on your Mac. So what I'm going to show you, it's in the same list. So I haven't left the downloads area. You scroll on down this list and everything's in numeric order, and you need number 108. So I'm just looking down the list here, and here is number 108. Okay. And it says it is the Mac compatible software. So in other words, it's called a Mac translator. So in order for you to use this on your Mac, you need to download that little piece of software first, and it's also free. Okay. I'm not going to, if you click on it, the picture, it will bring up it'll either start downloading directly to your downloads folder, depending on how you have your browser set up. In my case, I have asked my browser to ask me where I want to download to. Okay, so that's why this little window popped up here. And I wanted to download to my desktop in my case, because that's where I like to put things to help me find it more easily. Okay, so if you have a Mac, you will download number 108 first and install that. Okay. If you do not have a Mac, you do not need this little piece of software. So we're going to just click cancel because I have a PC. So I'm going to be using just the regular software. So I'm going to go back up to the top. So that's the Mac for the Mac people. Okay. So I got a way to run this software too. Okay. So here is my Embroidery Tool Shed, which is the very first icon on the downloads page. I'm going to click that. And again, my software or my browser is set up so that it comes up to a little box, comes up and asks me where I want to save it. A lot of people will actually have a it will come up and it will actually have, it'll just download for you. Okay. And it usually goes to your downloads. So it looks like I'm having a second here and see if I can get back in. I'm having some issues with my computer here too. So give me a second here. I think it's working now. Okay. That way you know where it is. So pay attention at the very top of your window here. It tells you where it's going to go, and mine's going to go to my desktop. Okay. Now and then at this point I would click save, and it's going to go to my desktop. Now this takes quite a while to download because it is a rather large file. So I have already downloaded it so that just to save time with this demonstration. Okay, so I'm going to click cancel. So is everybody following me so far? Does everybody know where we went to get our software? I think everybody, hopefully this is being clear to you. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to minimize my browser. Okay, and I'm going to go here to my desktop because remember I told you that I downloaded it to my desktop. Okay, I've got it downloaded already, and I want to install this. So I'm going to install this software on this computer. Okay, so when I install, so here's the little installation, the executable, the little program here. Okay, I like to right click on it and run as administrator. If I do that, I usually have less problems with the actual installation. So we're going to get this started, and then we're going to be talking about some other things while this is installing, because it does take a few minutes to install. Okay. And it's getting started here. So I right clicked and I chose out of that list, install as administrator. Okay. And I'm going to read this. It says to click next. So I'm going to click next. And I'm going to agree to the license agreement. Okay. And I'm going to click next again. And then it says click install to begin the installation. So I'm just going to click install. And it's going to start doing the installation. Now, the installation on this does take a few minutes. So I thought we would talk about Ashley's second. Sorry, my phone is doing its little trick here that it doesn't like to stay on the page I'm on. I can't see people's comments very well when I'm sharing my screen. So if I miss something, let me know. Hopefully Lynn can answer a few things if she sees something. Okay, so it's copying and it's doing its thing. So it's doing the installation. So let's talk a little bit about how to find what brought this on is I saw these new videos, this new video series that Dime is doing, and it's called Software Success. And Software Success is going to be twice a month. It's on the first and third Tuesday of the month at 1 p.m. Central Time. Okay. So if you've missed the first two, which I had missed this last one, I needed to watch it. I got a little bit of it the other day, but I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I want to show you while this is installing where you go to find the videos that have already happened. That way you can go back and refer to them again. I will also put this link in the description and in the comments on Facebook and in the description on YouTube. So you can have a link that you can just go click on. That will take you right to the folder where this is. But I want to show you where it is if you don't have that link. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my browser. I'm going to open my browser back up again, hopefully. Okay. And I'm going to open a new window. And I'm where the new software success videos are, they are on Facebook. So you can go to the, I'm not going to log into Facebook today, but you can go to the Designs in Machine Embroidery.com Facebook page and you can find them there. Actually, the easiest place to find these would be on their YouTube channel. So we're going to go to YouTube. I'm just going to go to YouTube. I can spell today.com. Okay. This is the easiest way to find the videos for Sew Along with Jan as well. Any of the other videos, and I'll show this to you too while this is installing. It just takes a minute to install. So I thought we'd do a little bit of this while this was going. Okay. So things are, let's see here. Things are moving along a little slowly. I've got a littler computer that isn't real fast, so hopefully it'll work okay. All right. So I'm on youtube.com. And I am going to go to this little search box and I'm going to type in Designs in Machine Embroidery right there. And that is going to bring up their YouTube channel. So it's going to search for a second. Okay. And if I scroll down just a little bit to about the third thing, this is actually their YouTube channel. Okay. So I'm going to click on the words Designs in Machine Embroidery. It has the Dime logo over here. Okay. And I'm going to click on here. And when this comes up, this is their actual YouTube channel. So give me a second here. I'm going to try to scroll down just a little bit. I'll turn off the video. Sorry. They have like a little starter video on their YouTube channel. And then you're going to go look at this little group of words, home, videos, shorts, live. I'm going to go look for the playlist. Okay. And I'm going to click the word playlist. And then I'm going to look at their created playlists. And one of the playlists, and right now it is their first one, is, whoops, second here. Oh, just opened up. When it's installing, one of the things it does is open up a browser window. So I'm just going to click that shut. We don't need, it's just finishing the installation. So, okay. So here in the playlists tab, it says software success. Okay. I'm going to click software success and it's going to give me, whoops, second here. I want to click a little bit lower. Let me show you one more time. Right below it, it says, just a minute here. I got to get this off. Okay. Right underneath the word software success, I have all these pop-ups coming up. Sorry. Right under the word software success, that's the name of the folder. It says updated yesterday, and then it says view full playlist. So I want the view full playlist. And if I click on that, you can see that there are 2 videos in there. And one was done 1 day ago. Yesterday was the second video. And the first video was 2 weeks ago. Okay. So video 1, video 2, and they put them in order. And then you can watch the videos here and you can just play them and watch all the videos in that whole folder if you want. Okay. So that is where the software success videos are. Now, I want you to watch Ashley's videos. They're extremely good. She's very thorough about going through this software. So I'm not going to get into the software too much, but I want to show you a couple things about it. I just wanted to show you how to get to her items and how to get to the videos in order to watch this. Okay. So there is the Designs and Machine Embroidery playlist called Software Success. So now you know where to go to get it. I will link all of this in the descriptions and in the comments. Okay. So let me show you another thing I want to show you how to get to. A lot of people ask me, how do you get to sew along with Jan? I can never find it on YouTube. I do the same thing. I am on YouTube, as you can see on the left. There is a search box right at the top here, and I can just go in and I can type in sew along with Jan. And then I can hit enter on my keyboard. And again, it will bring up a list here. And if you look, this is my logo for my YouTube channel right here. Okay, it looks like one of my quilts. And I can click on the words sew along with Jan. And then I have the same type of thing on my YouTube channel. It says home, videos, and then playlists. So like, for instance, if you're looking for a certain project we've done, playlist, like Luck of the Gnomes. Here's the Luck of the Gnomes playlist that has all the videos. If I view the full playlist, here's all the videos that I did for Luck of the Gnomes. There's 6 of them. Okay. So that's how you find the stuff on YouTube. It's so easy to find it on YouTube compared to Facebook. Sometimes the Facebook videos are not very well marked where you can see them, and it's much easier to find them on YouTube. So please, utilize YouTube. It's very easy to find them. Okay. So let's see if we're done. Let's see if we're done installing. Ooh, it looks like it's done. So the installation is done. I'm going to click finish. Okay. And now, if you look over here on the left, I have my embroidery tool shed icon listed, and there's a little icon they put on here also. Yes, please like and subscribe. That's really important for all of us that have videos on YouTube. The more you like and the more you subscribe, it helps us on YouTube. So please do that. Okay. So if you're not subscribed to my channel or to the Designs and Machine Embroidery channel, please do that. And then like the videos, and comment on them. That helps us as people on YouTube. Okay. So I've got embroidery tool shed right here. And then I've got a little thing that says to the help desk. I normally don't leave that on my desktop because I can access that through the software. So I'm just going to throw that little icon away. It just keeps my desktop more clean. And I'm going to double click on my embroidery tool shed software, and I'm going to open it up. So this is the free software. You don't have to pay for anything with this software. So what's really cool about this software, I'm going to go ahead. My inspiration today sign shows up. And by the way, they have a free design each week. So this week is the little patch that looks like it looks like a little St. Patty's Day patch. Okay. So that is the free design this week. If you click on that, if I click that, it's going to take you to their website where you can get that free design. And these are all some of the other free designs they've been doing this year. So you can pick out all of these. You can go ahead and purchase them through the cart, but they're free. Okay. So here's all the free designs so far. So that's really cool. You even get the free designs with the free software. Okay. So let me go ahead and minimize. I'm going to click down here, create a new design. Okay. So I'm going to show you a couple of things too. This software does have a user manual. Okay. So you can grab the little user manual over here. If I click on this little question mark that says user manual, it will come up and it's going to load the user manual for the free version of an embroidery tool shed. It's about 40 pages long. Okay. And you can print it. You can download this to your computer, and then you can print it off, and you could even bind it with one like a comb binding machine. And then you can have the manual for the software. Okay. So that's where the manual is. So I'm just going to close that. It was on I'll bring that up again so you can see when it opens up the software, it always comes up with this today. And it was down at the bottom right-hand corner. It says user manual. Okay. Now I'm going to create a new design, which is on the bottom left corner, because I wanted to show you a couple of my favorite features of this software. So I'm going to create a new design, and it opens up my software. Okay. Now, Ashley goes through all of these things in great detail. So I thought I'm just going to kind of give you an overall, and I want you to know that you can go watch these new videos. Now, the videos will touch on all their softwares. So if you have other Dime software that you have paid for, you will be able to use a lot of the things you can do in the free one. You can also use, obviously, in the paid ones. But she's going to go through all these different things and do all kinds of new software classes every other week. So I just want you to know that. And I do a class every month at the end of the month. Usually the last Sunday of the month, we will do a software class. So this coming Sunday is on Sew Along with Jan. We will be doing a Dime Perfect Embroidery Pro software class. Okay. So please join us on Facebook for that, because then like I said, I have a class almost every month, and then Ashley's going to be doing them twice a month. Okay. So you'll have lots of chances to work with your software. Okay. So I created a new design. It woke up everything up here. Okay. And there's a couple of things that I really love about this software. One of the things is I can convert embroidery designs. So let's say I used to have a Brother machine, and now I have a Viking machine. Okay. I can click the little button that says open up here. Okay. And I can go down to my desktop, because I have a couple of designs on there. And I'm going to go to my desktop, and here's my kite from my cutie I showed you, and I'm just going to open that onto the desktop. So it read that PES file. So here's my design. Okay. And I want to make that into a different format. Let's say I have a Viking sewing machine now, and this is a PES file. Well, I can go to File, Save As, and then down here where it says Save As Type, I can change that to a different format. So let's say we want it to be in a Viking format, and it needs to be VP3. Okay. Or VP4 is the newer one. So let's say VP3. Okay. And then I can leave it on my desktop. I'm going to save it there. I'm just going to click save. So now I've got it converted. So I can convert in this free software. So let's say you've gotten a new machine recently. You had a Viking, and now you have a Brother machine. You could convert every single design you have that's in the wrong format. So see how easy that was. Okay. That's one of the things I love about that. You use a PES file, Lois. Now, this software does have different versions of PES. So let's talk about that for a minute. File, Save As. The Save As type that comes up as the default says C2S. And what that is the native format for this software. Okay. And if you look down below that, and you may not be able to see it too well on my screen, but there are multiple versions of PES. What I normally save in is the Brother Baby Lock Bernina PES version 9. Okay. That's what I normally save in when I use this software. Okay. So that's what I would tell you to save in for this software. Okay. So that's one of the big things that I love. I can also resize in this software. I can take this design. I'm just going to go to Edit, select all. And I can go over here to the side where my transform button is. Okay. I can tell it I want it to be the width of 7 inches, and it will automatically change the height then to match. And then I can, and it recalculates the stitches, and it resizes my design. I can mirror my design. I can flip my design here. I can mirror it. I can apply, and it would flip it the other way. I can flip it. In other words, it'll flip it upside down, and I can apply, and it's upside down. Okay. So there's a lot of things that I can do with this free software that is super easy. And all the software that Dime has basically works the same way. So once you've got one piece of software, it is all the same. So yes, Lois, that is the version to use. You need PES. A lot of places do not give you all those PES options. So any PES option is fine for what you need. Okay. All right. So that's a couple of the things I love. I can change sizes. It recalculates the stitches. So in other words, what it does is it takes out stitches if I make it smaller, and it increases stitches if I make it bigger. Okay. So that is one of the things I love about this software. The other thing I really love about this software is this is free. I can then we needed to print those templates for those cuties. Okay. So in order to do that, all I have to do is go up here to see the little printer, print preview. So I click on that, and then it comes up and gives me the preview of my design. Okay. And I can, and obviously I made this bigger, so I wouldn't want it this size, but this is a good little exercise here. So here is my design, and you can see I've got my crosshairs on here. If I need to change what's printing on here, which I can do, there's a little button called settings. So I can go in there to settings, and I can tell it that I want it to be actual size. That's very important when you're making templates. I want the crosshairs. I really don't need the color analysis for this particular template. Color analysis is the colors. So I'll show you that too, so you can see. Don't need the header. I don't need a footer, but I do want the stitches. And I like it to be realistic. So in other words, it's a little darker on the page, makes it easier to see. So I just changed a couple things. Let's click OK and see what we get now. So now if you look at my template, it doesn't have all the words on it, and it's just the picture of my design. Okay. If I wanted my color, yes. So, but this is a way you don't, and for those of you, I had a lot of people asking me, I don't have any software. How can I print a template? This is how you can do it. You can download this little free software, and you can do this yourself. And it's very easy. It actually has a lot of tools in it, and it's free. Okay. So this has been a good piece of software. I was very, very happy when they did this. It's been almost 2 years ago, I think, but I'm really glad they have it. Okay. So if I go back to my settings, let's say, well, I do really want the color analysis because I want to be able to see what colors I need for my project, and click OK. Now there are 2 pages because there's a little arrow up here. And if I go click to the next, here are my color changes. Okay. Here are the color changes, and it's 1 through, I think there's about 8 different things, and it gives you that. And then that'll print off too when you go to print, because then you can, you have your color changes in front of you. So that's the other thing it does. So isn't that awesome? This is free software. Okay. Let's see. Let me go ahead and click here, and I'm going to go back to, let's close this one and open a different design. Okay, so let's open a different one. I'm going to click the little open button again, and I'm going to click the hugs and kisses one. Okay, so here's another design. All right, we can do the same thing with this one. That I can also, I can print my template. Okay, I could watch this sew. So if you don't know what it's going to look like, if you click this little slow redraw button, I can actually play it and have it, see, there we go. I can play it and watch it sew, because then I know how it's going to sew before I put it in the machine. So that's awesome. That's free. So I'm going to click the little simulate button, and it's going to sew it on my screen. So speed it up a little bit so you can watch it sew. So I find this very useful. This is how I learned to digitize, is I watch things sew on the screen. I love this little feature. So I've always done this, and I like to watch it sew. And this is how I've learned to digitize. Okay. So that's redraw. You can pause it if you need to. You can grab the little cursor over here and make it go really fast if you want to. All right. And then to get rid of it, just click the button again. Slow redraw. So that is in the free software. Okay. So that's a couple of my really super favorite things about this software. In the software success video, the first one, Ashley goes through a lot. She spent a whole hour on just the free software. And then the second video, she spent probably at least a half an hour more in just the free software. So I'm not going to redo everything she did. I just wanted you to see how to get it, where to go get it, how to get it installed, a couple of things in it. But there's one more thing that I learned from Ashley yesterday that I didn't know. And this I find incredibly great. So over here on the right, there's a little, it says purchases right now. There's little tabs, and I don't know if you can see them terribly well, but there's a sequence view. So the sequence view shows me the item that I have up on my screen. Okay. And it shows it as a group. Now, the free software does not allow you to ungroup items, but I'm going to tell you how you can get it for very little. Okay. The second thing down here in this little tab is the designs tab, and they give you some free designs. I have a bunch of other designs, but here's some free ones that are in the software, and you can just grab them down here and pull them up. So that's a way to, you can add and you can merge on that page. You can just grab them, pull them up. So it's pretty awesome. They give you free designs, and then you can get more on their website every week. I think it's every week they put a new design up. Okay. So there's some of our designs. I'm just going to click delete and delete a couple of those. Okay. So they're over here. But then when you look at the purchases button here, you can go through all of these different, and this is all the different Dime software, and there's quite a few. I think there's maybe 14 different versions of the software now, and different parts of the software, I should say. And I usually use and teach my classes in Perfect Embroidery Pro. Okay. Yes, Connie, Connie asked where to go to get it. And you go to inspiredbydime.com. And I'm going to put in this video, in the comments, I'm going to go ahead and put a link to where you go to get the software. Okay. And then you can watch this video about how to download it and a few basic things. And then I also told everybody where to go to watch the software success videos. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do all this in the comments or in the description below the video after the class. So if you were a little late. Okay. So I can go in though to each one of these pieces of software, and like, let's say I want to see what Perfect Embroidery Pro looks like. This is one of my other things. And I can click the little dots over here, and I can say, I want to try it. Okay. And if I click that button, okay, if I click that button and I want to try Perfect Embroidery Pro, look at all the icons I have now. So I can go through each one of these softwares and I can give them a try and see if I like the software. It will not save because it's not, you haven't paid for it, but you can go in and you can at least give all of these software pieces a try to see if you like them. So this is a good way to do that. Okay. If you want to purchase it, you can buy them from the store. You can come to Shield Sewing, and we have all of this software available for sale in the store. All you do is you pay for it. You get a card with a serial number, and it is you can go and you can purchase your software. Okay. So let's try. Let's see. Let's go back to. I'm going to discard that one. So let's go to a different one. Let's see. So there's all these different ones. But the one thing I learned yesterday that I did not know, and I was very excited about this. I have people ask me all the time about, I would like some software to do some basic editing, resizing. Oh, and I can change colors in this software too, because do you notice all the color boxes down here? And Ashley goes through this in great detail. So I'm not going to get into all of this today. My goal with this was to let you know where to go to get this, how to download it, how to install it, and then tell you how to get to her videos, because her videos are awesome. Okay. And then I will be teaching a class on Perfect Embroidery Pro on Sunday night. So, okay. So you can change your colors also. You can convert from one color chart to another thread color chart. So that's another thing you can do. It's awesome. Okay. But what I didn't know is this free software, they have something new now, and it's not been too long. If you purchase this font pack number 6 down here, you notice I'm still on those purchases, and I scroll all the way to the bottom. And if I click on this and I say buy now, now this is one that is bought on their website. But if you purchase, and we're going to probably do another class here pretty soon, and they often have this on their class. But if you purchase this font collection number 6, and go all the way to the bottom, I'm going to go down to the bottom of the description here. It says this font collection is for use with the free Embroidery Tool Shed software. So if you buy this font pack, which is $119, and sometimes they have it on there when we have our event, they'll have it on sale. Okay. If you buy that, you will not only get 25 fonts in your free software. Okay. So the free software, if you buy that one little piece, you will get 25 fonts, and then you will get the font tool, the monogram tool, and the ability to ungroup. So this is a very inexpensive software that you can do a lot of basic editing and lettering in by buying one font pack. And it's going to be somewhere between about $100 and $120. And I just thought that was so wonderful that we could offer a software for both Mac and PC that is, let's say, roughly $100 ish. And you will be able to do all your basic editing and lettering in it. So that was something I did not know yesterday. I was so excited because I thought, oh my gosh. So what an inexpensive software if you don't want the whole thing, if you don't want the Perfect Embroidery Pro, you're not going to digitize, you just want to be able to edit and do some lettering. This would be the perfect option for you for a very little expense. Now, I do not know if we can get the font packs. Personally, I think they have to be purchased from their website. But if you're interested in the font packs, please contact me here at the store, and I will call them and find out if I can get the font packs for you so you don't have to do the downloading. Okay? Because that's something I didn't have time to check before the class today. So I will look that up and see if we can get those font packs available for you. Because you can see that on this screen there is no letter T, or letter A, I'm sorry, which is the lettering tool. So if I just buy that one little thing, I can have lettering. It will group and ungroup. I can do anything I want with the software with that one thing. I just thought that was so awesome to have. This software is so user friendly. It's always been easy to use, and I was just blown away. I couldn't believe that for that little money you could have a very strong, easy editing software. And so I hope that some of you will take advantage of this, because it is a really good software. Okay. So are there questions? I will have all of the links in the description for the YouTube people and in the comments for Facebook. So are there other questions? I don't want to get into a lot of the uses of the software because I want you to go watch Ashley's videos. She spent 2 hours talking about just this free software. It was wonderful. I learned so much from her. Okay. What about the stitch? Oh yeah, the Perfect Stitch Viewer. Thanks, Lynn. Perfect Stitch Viewer is another option, and Perfect Stitch Viewer is the little thumbnailer program. She also talks about that in the video. And the Perfect Stitch Viewer program, if you purchase that program so you can see pictures of your designs on your machine, on your computer, that one is about $79 or so. And that one will also give you the group and ungroup feature in this free software. So there's a couple of options. So it depends on if you want lettering ability. So the lettering ability gives you, if you buy the font pack, you get the lettering and the group and ungroup. And if you buy the Stitch Viewer, you only get the group and ungroup. But that's actually a very important thing. So this software with the font pack and the Stitch Viewer would be a very inexpensive software. And then you'd also be able to see the pictures of your designs. So, there's a couple of very low cost availability for you. Okay. So software is always hard and it can be rather expensive. I have a lot of software but I use it. Okay. But if you are not going to be using a lot of software, sometimes it's better to find something that you can do what you need to do in. And I think this would be a perfect example. Okay. They are great, weren't they great? And I could go do the whole video again, but I want you to go watch her videos because I wanted everybody to know about software success. I was so glad that she started doing this because they do software videos regularly, but they don't do them like every single week or every other week like this. They do them on their between friends. They'll occasionally have software on there also, but this way it's just software. So I'm so glad that they're doing that because people struggle with software and they need to have as many classes available as possible. Okay. And like I said, I teach classes every month on Sew Along with Jan. It's usually the last Sunday of the month. And this Sunday, we will be doing a Perfect Embroidery Pro software class. So, okay. All right. So what does everybody think of that? Free software. Give me a second here. I'm going to see if I can get up to, whoops. I have trouble with this little mouse here. Stop sharing. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to go back up to StreamYard so I can say goodbye to everybody. So what do you think? Do you think that would be a good software for you to try? And again, if you're interested in Lynn, I do too. I've always loved this software. We have had this software for a very long time. It is very user-friendly. So if you're wanting to learn about software and do some basic stuff, this would be an excellent choice for you. Okay. So if you're interested in the font pack, I'm going to try to email them or call my rep and see if we can get the font pack also. So you can get it from us if you want to get it directly from us instead of having to order it. Okay. All right. And please, and I'll go put all the links in and everything so you can go watch the videos. And there's 2 videos so far. So you've only missed the 2 and they're both there. So you can go watch them again. And it's on this free software. Okay. So I will put the links so you can go download your software first and then you can kind of work along with her. And that's what I did. I kind of worked along with her as she was doing it. And it really helped. And for those of you who have more software, have more of it, the free version stuff that she talks about still works for us too. So everything works the same in all the software. So go watch the videos because you may find something that you didn't know before. I found a couple things that I didn't know because it was just a button that I wasn't familiar with. So, okay. So thanks everybody. And I will hopefully see you next week on Shields Live at 2:00 on Thursday. So thanks everybody. Have a good afternoon.